fight against the plague of corruption that impedes the development efforts of our country, emphasis shall be laid on regional and local authorities, which is the place par excellence where proximity social services are offered to citizen users. At a time when African countries are reviewing their models of decentralized governance to raise the local level as the center of development, corruption constitutes an impediment that must be overcome. This requires complete ownership of the African Charter on the values and principles of decentralization, local governance, and local development adopted on the 27th June 2014. These values and principles are shields at the reach of local authorities that are anxious to be forearmed against the negative effects of corruption. As concerns Cameroon, under the high impetus of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Paul Biya, the institution of a decentralized unitary state since 1996 has induced a gradual change in local development that is already perceptible in councils, beneficiaries of several transfers of powers and resources. This will soon be the case with the regions. A new sustainable and participatory development area is gradually taking shape, as severely reaffirmed by the President of the Republic. On the 31st December 2017 and on the 15th March 2018, the unequivocally reiterated the fundamental option of enhancing citizen participation and fast-tracking the setting up of the regions. From this report, it is clear that the success of the enhancement and fast-tracking of decentralization is highly dependent on the credibility of local development institutions made up of the regional and local authorities. In the short term, in view of the enhancement of decentralization, our councils shall be called upon to mobilize and manage increasing resources for territorial development. More than in the past, they will be subject to the rules of appropriate governance. This is the spirit of the African Charter on the values and principles of decentralization, local governance, and local development, whose cardinal principles are notably related to integrity, civic responsibility, and citizenship, transparency, and accountability. The theme of this 7th African Day of Decentralization and Local Development is a call for us to make our local authorities models of governance. We must cleanse the public services in the local authorities by making them safe from ills such as corruption, conflicts of interest, corrupt practices, and other forms of misappropriation of public property. In order to achieve this, our decentralized institutions must strengthen, notably through the setting up of deliberating organs as real instruments for supervision, evaluation, and control of council boards' activities. Moreover, existing institutional organs for the fight against corruption and the promotion of good governance shall continue to intervene with regional and local authorities. They are notably the Anti-Corruption National Commission, CONAC, the National Agency for Financial Investigation, ANIF, the Audit Bench of the Supreme Court, and in future, its lower courts, the Special Criminal Court, TCS, the State Audit Control Services. Recently, the promulgation of the law number 2018/11 of the 11 July 2018 of the Transparency and Good Governance Code in the Management of Public Finance in Cameroon buttressed even further the determination of our country to strengthen its financial governance mechanism. It is thus incumbent on regional and local authorities, local development boosters, to be fully aware of the pedigree of the missions. They have to lay down specific measures to fight against all forms of corruption. In other words, municipal authorities on a daily basis are responsible for the promotion of transparency, participatory dialogue and accountability in accordance with the provisions of our laws and regulations. On its part, the government shall continue to promote management good practices within regional and local authorities by supporting all initiatives aimed at showcasing and valorizing local governance best experiences, the drafting of a charter on local good governance whereby local elected officials may freely adhere is equally in prospect.